Welcome back to another episode of Under SF Survival of the Artist. I'm your host, Sabrina Mora. Thank you so much for joining us today.
And I'm Veronique Kunzervong. On this show, we'll focus on the artists in San Francisco. Today, we'll take a look on how the art enriches our community and how artists survive in this very expensive city.
We'll take you back to the Mission District to visit Project Artaud and Art Explosion.
These places make it possible for artists to live and work in San Francisco by helping them maintain reasonable living costs.
Project Artaud houses over 100 artists and has been maintained by its members for nearly 50 years.
Residents of Artaud include painters, photographers, writers, filmmakers, performers, and sculptors, just to name a few.
Just a few. Our crew paid a visit to Artaud and received a private tour of the space so that all of you could get a glimpse into this community.
Resident Jonah Roll will also talk about what art means to him.
Then Jonah's 15-year-old daughter, Julieta Fuentes Roll, will read us a poem that she wrote. We hope you'll enjoy.
My name is Jonah Roll, and I am a painter. Art is a way to find what is important to myself and to my life, and to kind of let people know what's going on inside of myself. It creates surprises and elements of surprise that brings something to the individual that allows them to see outside of themselves. Like in this piece here, there's a portrait of somebody's dog, and if you look in the left-hand corner, there's a woman kissing the dog's forehead. My daughter pointed that out, and I was like, I didn't even see that. But it was like a magical moment of creating something. It's like you kind of let go into the act of making art, and you end up with these amazing surprises that are spontaneous. We need more artists in this world. Art is so important to the health of a city. It has to be done at a level where the city is willing to recognize the displacement of the artists. It's hard to see the exodus of the arts from this neighborhood in the Mission, and it's sad. Persida Eyes, the muralist group, their building is having to be sold. It's like so sad because there's so many beautiful murals in the Mission. There's a beautiful mural outside of Project Artaud. They're all over the neighborhood, and to see them have to leave their space is like people are coming in at a rate that they aren't understanding the history of the community here, and they don't have any idea of what they're losing. I see people miss a lot of beauty in the world because they're so involved in another world.
I sink to the bottom of the bathtub and look up with bare eyes at the sloshing of many waves. I can't help but think how much my bathtub looks like a lake, and how in both places I float face up at the underbelly of water. My nose separates me from the surface. In the lake, I hear the buzzing of voices from the shore and see bright sun as it tumbles into me, and I dive beneath another swell. Underwater, I am in slow motion. The liquid makes everything drag out like being suspended in time. I wonder if I sink, if the water would keep me young, if I would stay in the same slow motion time capsule forever. I submerge in my tub. I watch slowly as the fiberglass fades and slick green lake vines grow up from the bottom I can no longer see. In both the bathtub and the lake, I come up for air, and my bubble of slow motion time is shattering. And I wish I could sink, 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 so I can never leave the silence the water gives me. Bath and lake blend into one recall, become one body of eternal water, one bellowing echo that blends and collides and swallows things in deep gulps. It eats cities and wooden ships, and they all get swallowed by the water and merge with it. I want to merge with the water. I sink in my bathtub until the metal drain touches my back. I can faintly see the steam rising. I feel cleansed, baptized. I can't stay here but I want to. This lake and this soapy cauldron will keep me in this enchanting state. And as I pull the drain, I couldn't imagine myself sadder or happier.
I have lived at Project Artaud for 17 years. I've survived here because of Project Artaud. I've been experiencing a lot of heartbreak with artists leaving the mission, the whole culture changing around the art. You know, I don't think we've had much foresight in developing communities and spaces that actually work for creative people. Life is hard enough, and art makes it a little more bearable.
Wow, what a cool place to live. And I mean, her words, they were just beautiful.
It really was. And being there and talking to Jonah, it was completely incredible. He really just makes you realize that we need to appreciate the art in our community.
Definitely.
If you would like to visit the space, you can visit artspan.org for more information regarding open studios, not only at Project Artaud, but across the city.
It always feels good to support local artists, and I think we need to do that more often,
Yeah, definitely. Coming up next, we'll bring you exclusive interviews with some of the artists who occupy a workspace called Art Explosion.
Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Good morning. Hope you all had a good weekend and are ready to be inspired. One quick thing I want to remind you guys to be studying.
Major key alert. Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Today we're talking about inspirational quotes.
You want to get that paper? You better turn in that paper and get an A+. That's a major key. Another one. Mogul talk. You want to reach the mountaintop? You got to go hard. To succeed, you have to believe. Stay focused. Fly higher than the eagle. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote from recent history?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
Please have a seat. I'll be honest. Your resume, not what I'm used to.
I know.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need a hard worker.
Good. I've got 2 part-time jobs and to help my parents pay the bills.
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find, cultivate, and train a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we are talking to artists about their practice and the importance of keeping art in our community.
That's right. As you can tell, everyone has different takes on what something means to them.
Some might say art isn't just something pretty for us to look at. It can also be a source of identity in representing diverse cultures.
Definitely. It can also challenge the mind or allow us to contemplate on what we truly are as people.
To help us better understand displacement and the impact it's had on the city, we spoke to 3 working artists at Art Explosion. Check it out.
I'm Carrie Nardello and I'm a fine artist. I was always an artist since I'm a child. It was always something came very naturally to me.
My name is Ellen Rosenthal and I'm a photographer.
My name is Diana Elrod and I'm a consultant in the field of affordable housing. Oh, and I'm an artist too.
Art is important to a society. It's an exploration and an expression, and we need it. Artists have a responsibility to make people see things, to feel things, to explore, to open their minds.
It's a way to express the darkest parts of my soul, but in an entertaining and hopefully enriching way. I think it's actually a great way to encourage people to find their own voice in whatever way, you know, even if they're not an artist. Here I do art to get all my aggressions out.
I love this one quote that says, "Art is not what you see, it's what you make others see." I'm very diligent to just remove any kind of noise in my head, the inner voice of what's going to sell and what's not going to sell.
There are some people who walk into my studio, like during open studios a couple of weekends ago, I walk in and turn around and walk right out. Then other people think, oh, that's hilarious.
And I was part of a big studio where everybody was evicted. 70 artists were displaced from the studio that I was in before. It was called Studio 17. It was on 17th and Mission. Well, that was the most challenging thing. Going through that whole process was really traumatic and stressful.
I've watched a lot of my colleagues and friends leave because of the displacement problem and the hike in rents.
A single person who makes $40,000 is considered very low income. Our community, like here in San Francisco, theoretically thinks it's a great idea to have artists have affordable housing. The truth is they're not really programs to address specifically like an arts community. It's basically just based on what your income is.
The people who own this place, all they want to do is rent artist studios to people. They're not looking to kick us out or do something else with the building. So I feel pretty good here.
If I didn't live at Project Artaud, I would not be in the city any longer.
Money is a good thing, but I don't do it for the money.
People who like artists are going to have more opportunities at some point, but we don't know when.
You know, what a really cool place to be at. And they had some really cool stuff, like I have the arch to paint now.
Yeah, they really do. We have a very special treat right after this short commercial break.
Yes, we do. When we come back, we'll meet with Jun Li. She's going to paint in here. You definitely do not want to miss this.
So stick around and we'll be right back.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Find fun activities to do, like boating and biking, or camping and hiking, plus much more. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Get up, I know you found a way. Head up, look through those clouds of gray.
Now it's our turn. Go to ourturntohelp.org and donate what you can. Hope is on the way.
Hey guys, we're back. But before I welcome Jun Li to the stage, let's take a look at one last segment that will help us to get a better look at Jun and what she's about.
My name is Jun Li. I'm an abstract artist in Art Explosion Studios. Well, I would say I've been producing art for my whole life. Since my father is an artist, I always got inspired. So what I would say is my painting is, for now, my abstract painting for now is all about letting go and taking in control of the materials. The subject sometimes change. It depends on, what I see, and I travel a lot, different landscapes, and then I like to learn about different cultures and different peoples, and sometimes I paint the story I heard, sometimes I paint the landscape I saw. So I think my way of surviving is minimalism. Doing art for someone else, it's commercial art. And it's work for someone else. And when you're doing your own art, you tell your own stories and working for yourself. Yeah, it's by project base. Yeah, so that's part of my income, resource of the income. And also I sell my paintings by the open studios. So here and there. It's a lot of creative energy here. Yeah, people here come from all over the world. They attract to, it's a city of art, that's for sure.
Please welcome Jun Li.
Guess what? I have some news for you. There's free food right there, junk food. Do you see that truck? Oh, jeez. It's a 2 Michelin star chef. All for free, ladies and gentlemen. All for free.
Here we have a panzanella with summer vegetables and pesto. Enjoy. How we doing?
Fantastic. So what do you got going on underneath that plate there?
This food is really about to be thrown away.
Yeah. Bro?
Is there something wrong with this food? Where did you get it from?
From farmers markets. They put aside the ugly vegetables and the ugly fruits.
Carrot top, soft avocados. It was all food that was going to be discarded.
Even the drink you had is made from like a little bruised peach. Did it taste a little bruised?
Great. It was good.
The average person throws away 24 pounds of food a month.
That's a lot.
Isn't that a lot? Go visit savethefood.com for more information. Thank you. Junk food time!
We'd like to thank Jun Li for her incredible performance.
We'll hope you join us for another episode of Under SF, Survival of the Artist.
I'm Sabrina Mora.
And I'm Veronique Kunzervong.
See you next time.